Federal government to sign over 30 memorandum of understanding as Nigeria-Brazil strategic dialogue opens June 23rd. Federal, states and local governments share 1.659 trillion naira in May. Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission issues new guidelines to track export of Nigeria's crude oil. Oil prices dip amid Israel-Iran uncertainty. Dollar strengthens. Asia-Pacific markets fall as investors weigh federal decision, Middle East conflict. The program is Business Express, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Maria Aduzakari. Welcome. A total sum of 1.659 trillion naira being May 2025 Federation account revenue has been shared to the federal, states and local government councils. The revenue was shared at the June 2025 Federation Allocation Account Committee meeting held in Abuja. The 1.659 trillion total distributable revenue comprised revenue of 863.8 billion naira, value-added tax, revenue of 691.7 billion naira, electronic money transfer levy, revenue of 27.667 billion naira, and exchange difference revenue of 76.614 billion naira. The Federation Account Allocation Committee indicated that total gross revenue of 2.942 trillion naira was available in the month of May 2025. Total deduction for cost of collection was 111.908 billion naira, while total transfers, interventions, and refunds was 1.171 trillion naira. The gross revenue of 2.094 trillion received in the month of May 2025 is higher than the sum of 2.084 trillion naira received in the month of April 2025 by 10.023 billion naira. In May 2025, companies' income tax, value-added tax, and import duty increased significantly, while CET levies, petroleum profit tax, oil and gas royalty, and electronic money transfer levy recorded decreases, while excise duty increased only marginally. Nigeria Interbank Settlement System recently launched the National Payments Stack, a digital platform established to fast-track electronic payment systems in Nigeria. Unveiling the latest financial innovation in Lagos, the Managing Director, NIBSS Premier Oyo, disclosed that the foundation setup platform was executed and completed as at April 2025. Amaka Owo reports that the event attracted representatives of central banks of 20 countries across Africa.
The National Payment Stack was unveiled to boost the financial ecosystem into a new era of inclusivity and growth. It is the product of the Nigeria Interbank Settlement System with the objective to drive digital payment innovation, deepen financial inclusion, and improve government social intervention tax payment and revenue collection.
The ultimate beneficiaries will be the Nigerian people because they have a lot to benefit from the new messaging system of ISO 222. And as a nation, we think it is the right time and to lead the whole world again with a new version of a brand new standard enhanced to serve the country.
Virtually every Nigerian would have used our platform to do an instant payment, essentially account-to-account based transfers. The National Payment Stack is an elevated version of that. It essentially has embedded with it innovation and technology that is relevant for now and for the future. It's reliable, it's secure, it has additional features that tell you, for example, is this a safe and trusted third party to deal with, or is the person a little bit dodgy? It can warn you ahead of time.
The benefits of the digital innovation NPS include transparency, instant settlement, and fraud prevention, which is an indication that Nigeria is occupying her pride of place as a leading light in the continent. This is why her sister African countries desire to harmonize and collaborate to replicate and strengthen similar financial digital solutions.
The more we come together to build step by step towards these continental agendas, that is the AFCFTA Digital Trade Protocol, as well as the African Union Digital Transformation Strategy, we will be achieving this. And, at the end of the day, we'll be including everybody and, most importantly, driving economic inclusion in Africa.
If you have an unified system across the continent, it can, for instance, promote cross-border remittances across the continent.
In its 32 years of existence, the Nigeria Interbank Settlement System has provided value to Nigerians and complies with the ISO 222 international standards. In Lagos, Amaka O.
The Securities and Exchange Commission has warned Nigerians of Zuga coin with variants like SZCB and SZCB2 and Samzuga GPT, flagging them as unapproved for issuance to the public. In a new notice, the Commission emphasized that the promoters or issuers of Zuga Coin and Samzuga GPT are not registered to operate in any capacity in the Nigerian capital market, citing the meme coin as illegal. It noted that both coins are meme coins. Meme coins generally have no use in case, intrinsic value, or tangible projects backing them. The Naira maintained its bullish momentum at the unofficial market as it cracked below the 1,600 Naira per dollar resistance line, while the greenback fell in the global foreign exchange market. The Naira traded midweek at $1,585 to $1,590 per Naira, bandwidth on the streets of Nigeria's business capital. The Naira's fundamentals have significantly improved as the country's headline inflation showed signs of peaking. NBS data revealed Nigeria's inflation rate fell to 22.97% in May. How much is the Naira exchanging for other currencies? Let's take a look. The federal government is set to sign more than 30 Memorandum of Understanding as Nigeria prepares to host the second session of the Nigeria-Brazil Strategic Dialogue Mechanism, scheduled to begin Monday, June 23, 2025. State House correspondent Abdulrahman Jabrilla reports that Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Ibrahim Hassan Hadija, disclosed this during a press conference at the presidential villa on the planned visit of the Vice President of Brazil, Geraldo Alckmin to Nigeria.
Nigeria, the largest economy in Africa, and Brazil, the economic powerhouse of Latin America. Since its establishment in 2013, the FDM has served as a cornerstone of our shared vision for mutually beneficial South-South cooperation. It is held biennially on a rotational basis between Abuja and Brasilia, and its return this year signals a renewed momentum in Nigeria-Brazil relations.
With over 400 million consumers combined and complementary strengths in agriculture, bioeconomy, digital innovation, and creative industries, the Nigeria-Brazil Economic Corridor is brimming with untapped potential. This forum is designed to catalyze tangible economic linkages and unlock investment partnerships.
A program that seeks to establish an agricultural initiative in every local government of the Federation, 774 local government, whether it is from production of livestock or production of crops or processing or aggregating, and every local government would have an agricultural initiative. So we're looking forward to that, and we're happy that we are on the right trajectory in terms of food sufficiency. Mr. President has directed us to achieve food sovereignty, and we're on that course.
Nigeria enters into this dialogue with an open heart, with open arms and an unwavering commitment to lead from a place of dignity, from a place of creativity, and a place of vision.
The Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, PEBEC, says it is more than ever committed to improving the ease of doing business across the country. To this end, PEBEC is embarking on a tour across the country to provide opportunity for businesses, investors, and the business public to interact with a view to finding solutions that will enhance business growth. The tour will feature the technical sessions and town hall meetings, providing a platform for stakeholders to engage with government officials, share experiences, and propose reforms to ease business operations. The engagement begins 23rd of this month through to mid-July. Now to our conversation. We often talk about economic growth, but what does that truly mean for the everyday Nigerian trying to start a business, grow an existing one, or even interact with investment? Today, we are just talking about reforms. Today, we're not talking just about reforms, but practical efforts at removing the roadblocks and paving the way for a more vibrant business environment. We are now joined by the DG of PEBEC, Princess Zahra Mustafa Audu. You're welcome to Business Express.
Hi, good morning, and thank you for having me today.
It's lovely to have you. Let's dive right in. For those who might not fully be familiar with what the PEBEC does, could you tell us briefly what PEBEC's mandates and how it fits into the broader economic agenda of the current administration?
So PEBEC was developed to, or basically set up to remove bureaucratic bottlenecks, around regulations as it regards to doing business in Nigeria, and just basically create a more business-friendly climate in Nigeria. As it fits into this administration's, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 8-point agenda, is that, of course, we are focused on job creation, we are focused on creating an enabling environment for businesses to thrive, and then, of course, enhancing the economy as a whole. So, yes.
So I know you're just a few months in office, but can you share with us PEBEC's initiatives towards improving the ease of doing business and how deployment of technology is improving efficiency and transparency?
So I've been in office for about 5 months now, with the guidance and support from my boss, the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, and of course the favorable response to our memos from the President himself, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. We've been able to do a lot in the last 5 months. One of the first things that I did coming on board was to take stock of where we are at. We have 69 ministries, departments, and agencies that we work with and supervise. So we did a mystery shopping to see the service level that's being provided to the end users. We also decided to clearly define and, educate the public on what to expect from PEBEC moving forward. For me, I'm more hands-on. So I feel that, yes, we have, in the past, we've passed about 200 reforms, but it's time for implementation. So everything that we've designed, all the programs that we've designed for this year and hopefully the next year, a couple of years to come, has to do with implementation and enforcing the policies. One of the first things we did, I think the very first week I, moved into PEBEC, because it was a transition from being a TA at the Office of the Vice President and aide to the President at the Office of the Vice President into the Office of, as Director General of PEBEC, was we had the second existing Foreign Direct Investors Roundtable, as well as launched the Regulatory Impact Analysis Framework. And what this does is it ensures a level of stability within the business climate, meaning that, a lot of the regulators cannot just wake up and decide on new policies without going through rigorous, logical explanation as to why those policies, are being, or why they're proposing those policies. There's a lot of stakeholder engagement involved, a lot of awareness now before new policies can be implemented. Moving forward from that, like I said, we conducted our mystery shopping, basically to take stock of where we are as a nation. At the end of the mystery shopping, we had a retreat for all the heads of MDAs. The theme behind the retreat was mainly, working together, collaboration, and basically transparency, enhancement of service, enhancements of service delivery and efficiency. This went very, very successfully. I think we had the retreat in April at the NIA, which the Vice President himself attended. The SGF attended, Deputy Chief of Staff, several ministers, all the heads of departments and agencies that we work with. That was very successful, and I think we all signed an accord around collaboration and working together. Moving forward from that, we took it one step further to actually start setting up sectorial committees to help ensure and enforce that our agencies collaborate. At the moment, we've set up the Ports and Customs Efficiency Committee, which was launched in Lagos at the MPA headquarters. We set up the Food and Beverages Committee, which was launched at the PEBEC Secretariat here in Abuja. Okay. And all these are drives towards improving efficiency. Because lack of collaboration has been one of the, or agencies simply just working in silos, has been one of the critical issues that businesses have continued to complain about, duplicacy in our services. And this comes from, obviously, lack of collaboration. So These are some of the strides we've made. Another major thing that we've done that I think we're very impactful.
Let's go for a short break. Let's take some messages, and we'll hear more on that. As this Express continues after the break.
Presidency welcomes international delegates, dignitaries and MSMEs across Nigeria and beyond to Abuja for the 4th African Union MSME Forum, scheduled for June 23rd to 27th. Vice President Kashim Shettima will declare open the forum on June 23rd at the State House Banquet Hall, Presidential Villa, Abuja. Special guest of honor, Honorable Ministers from the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Commissioner for Economic Development, Trade, Tourism, Industry and Minerals, African Union Commission, CEO, African Union NEPAD, the President and Chairman, Board of Directors, Afri-Exim Bank, heads of agencies and captains of industry. The forum will feature technical meetings, product exhibitions by MSMEs across Africa, and recognition of excellence and hard work in the industry. Announcer, Mitola Adekunle Johnson, MFR, Special Advisor to the President on Job.
Let's talk about what's buzzing in Nigeria. There's the news of PEBEC's nationwide tour to drive ease of doing business reforms. Can you tell us in simple terms why this nationwide engagement is happening now? And what's the primary goal you hope to achieve?
Permit me to go back to your last question before the break. I think it's important that we emphasize the fact that we have digitalized our services now. This is to help our MDAs that are working with us connect with PEBEC more seamlessly. We now have dashboards, so we've reactivated our Report.gov platform, which allows the businesses to give us feedback or complaints as it regards to government services. Now there's live dashboards that everybody as high as Mr. President, the Vice President, the heads of the MDAs are able to view. So we can literally monitor and ensure that the service level improves across the board. Moving on to our statewide tour, why are we doing this? We have, like I said, we're trying to we've started to reposition our MDAs at the national level. But the way that Nigeria is structured, we have obviously the FCT, which is where the federal government resides, and then we have the 36 states, the subnational government. And there is a majority of the business, if you go by statistics, actually reside within this subnational government. So if the initiatives within, at the federal level, FCT, as we see, do not trickle down and translate and can't tangibly be felt at the subnational level, then we haven't really done much. So it's very important for us to ensure that we collaborate, the same level of cooperation and collaboration that we have with the MDAs at the federal level. This also transcends to the subnational government, hence why we're going on our nationwide tour. We're having our teams going simultaneously at the same time across the different regions. So I will probably be in about 8 or 9 states. It's not clearly defined yet, but the team will be everywhere within the next 3 weeks, engaging with the subnational government, the commissioners, the IPAs, as well as the town hall meetings, which we will be having with the local businesses. There's a need for this because every state has its own unique challenges, and we need to work with the subnational government at that level and the businesses to identify those challenges and to also help them formulate solutions that are locally relevant and useful for them, right? So this is why we're embarking on this. In addition to this, PEBEC has always had a culture of having our subnational ease of doing business reports. This also gives us an opportunity to see firsthand and to experience firsthand some of the challenges that our subnational or businesses at the subnational level are experiencing, and help us. This is also going to help us feed into that report, which will be published towards the end of the year. So it's an ongoing process. We know that we're not going to fix all the problems with just one tour, but it also shows the level of commitment, and it also shows that this administration, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, is extremely hands-on. We're taking our policies directly to your doorstep this time around. We want to work hand in hand with the local businesses, with the government at the subnational level, to ensure that some of the policies at the federal level, are translated and implemented also at the state levels.
Thank you very much, Princess Zara Mustafa. Out of that much we can take. We'll be sure to invite you for your insight very soon.
Right. Thank you so much for having me. And I would use this as a clarion call to all the businesses, associations at the subnational level. Please come out, attend our town hall meetings, engage with the government at the state level, and let's work together to build a better and greater business climate for all Nigerians and, of course, foreign investors alike. Thank you.
Amen. Let's now take a trip to the commodities market. Well, this is where we end this edition of Business Express. We value your feedback, so keep the comments, observations, and suggestions coming. Be informed that all previous episodes are available on YouTube on NTA's channel. Business Express returns on Friday by 3 p.m. I am Maria Adu Zakari saying keep thinking and doing business.